very gaunt, very 1920s tuberculosis. Um, I don't know why that's the look we're going for, but I guess the camera has decided that, and even though I do know mechanically how to alter things, it's not going to let me fix it now. But welcome to today's Sing Not Sorry, where the question is, how do I keep my marketing work running through both my busy seasons and my quiet ones? The best way to put this is when it comes to any sort of practice that you do, both for yourself personally as well as professionally for your personal brand, you need to make it a habit. You need to make it consistent, but you also need to reduce the BFMs, the bare effing minimums that you need to get it done. And I say this with love because all of the people that I work with who are growing their personal brands usually have some sort of entrepreneurial spirit, be it they have started brands, businesses, companies, or maybe they've wanted to, but they just haven't taken that step yet due to many reasons, many factors. Most people who are taking control of their personal brand in some way usually have that kind of drive and passion. And if you want to make this work, you need to be able to first understand where you actually want to go, not just, oh, this will be nice, but like your actual goals, and then breaking it down into smaller and smaller and smaller tasks and habits that you can develop daily. Because especially when things are going well, you're getting in the lead, you're getting, the sales, the purchases, or whatever is keeping things running in your personal brand. If you are achieving that, it is great. When you're not achieving that, it can be more than stressful. So in those instances, what is something that you can do consistently and daily to help you meet that habit? For example, I worked with someone recently who is not very video focused and has no interest in pursuing video in their marketing plan. Awesome. That's why it's a tool in a whole bunch of other things that we do together. So then we focused on, all right, what are your goals? How do you want to do this? And they wanted to do this by writing newsletters, by blogs, and having really in-depth subject material matters. Cool, awesome. What did we do? We enabled them to say that you have to write 10 minutes a day. And of course, you would prefer to be able to write on your newsletter. You want to be able to grow that for you. But with the daily practices, it's not always going to be the right thing every single time. So in those instances, what did we do? We said that you have to write for 10 minutes. It doesn't have to be for your newsletter. You just have to write for 10 minutes. And what did they find? They found that they were able to write multiple newsletters to be able to get their point across. And also we've been able to then repurpose their content later on in other fashions, because that's the whole point of, if you're putting the effort in once, might as well put it in everywhere. And they have felt accomplished. And they said to me that it was the first time that they've actually felt not accomplished in life, but they have been trying to grow their personal brand unsuccessfully by themselves for over a decade because everything else became a priority, because their personal brand felt selfish. Why should they invest their time and energy when it could be used to help their family, help their friends, help their coworkers, help their company that they were working for? And then when they got let go from that company, that feeling of family disintegrated rather rapidly, didn't it? And I'm not saying that to you. I'm not saying to anyone who is currently working for a company. I work on and off with various clients, but that's the relationship that we have. I am not someone that can be tied down, even with contracts, to being an employee, mainly because the lifestyle doesn't really work for me. But that could be different for you. The point is that I want you to be able to make marketing a daily practice. So in those moments when it's busy, it is still being done, so you're not just overwhelmed or worried or stressed when it comes to things quietening down, because inevitably they will. There is no such thing as an upward trajectory. Even rockets have to come down. So when it comes to your marketing, what is a daily habit that you can do, even on your busiest days? And for me, it is pitching. It is following up leads every single day. I have an ongoing list that I add people to, and I have a system that is a basic system, because you know me, the queen of overwhelm and self-overwhelm here. I have a tendency of overcomplicating things when I need to scale things back. But I do this, like, my bare minimum is 3 people a day. If I haven't reached out to 3 people a day, then something is wrong. But usually I go way beyond that. Usually 10, 12, 20 people. And a lot of people have looked at me and go, why, Zoe? It's to foster relationship. It's to keep my network alive and healthy, because there's no point in having a network and then when I have a need of someone, not being able to get a hold of them because I haven't talked to them in 2 years and they don't really give a shit of who I am. Especially when I have leads for them. If I'm in your inbox, answer my email. With love.